Sometimes we can only wonder why the rich seems to get even richer while the poor seems to get worse. Well, I just recently found out why there is such a big difference. People with different levels of wealth have a different way of investing. So today we will take a look on how the portfolios of wealthy and poor investors are different. Don't forget to check back on the other videos in this channel. And do me a huge favor and click the like button before you start the video. If you just found out this channel, you should also subscribe for it. So let's get down to business. Number 1. Patience. It is amazing how rich people have learned to be patient. I can follow that for sure. They have worked hard for many years to get where they are, and they know that success doesn't happen overnight. So they are patient. Once they decide to trade, they do it carefully and only at the best times. This is a bonus that always leads to good results. The poor man, on the other hand, is only concerned with meeting his most important needs right now. Even though this trait has some good points, it often makes it hard for the person to see the bigger picture. They are missing out a lot of opportunities because they are not looking ahead. Number 2. Invest in all types of assets. The rich always have their option open to anything that seems profitably promising. Due to their huge bank accounts, they always have the right amount of capital to invest in different fields, like real estate or stock market. This trick usually yields huge profit because they have invested in different sources. Most of the time, the poor are unfortunate because they lack the necessary capital to invest in profitable businesses like the wealthy does. They are frequently preoccupied with what their money can buy, and this leaves them with very little to no invest. Sometimes, they do have the money to invest in something that potentially profitable, but due to their fear of experiencing loss, you will find them investing in very few businesses or none at all. In most cases, when the poor pull all their money into one single business, they incur the most losses occur, as the rich are still gaining from their various investment sources. This is one of the many reasons that the gap between the rich and poor continues to grow each day. Number 3. Competition. For success, the golden rule has always been to only focus on yourself. Rich people know this because they are more interested in their own growth than in comparing to others. The poor person has to keep track of who did that and when they did that, which takes their attention away from their own goals. They see everyone else as a threat, so it makes sense that they want a copy to everything they do. Rich people don't have this poisonous point of view because they are too busy making money to see everyone else as a competition. It is true that seeing other people as a competition can make you work harder, but it's also true that if you let it, it might take you away from your own goals too. If you want your business to do well, you should think that way. Number 4. Their focus. Every day, we have to do our best to adapt to the new things that happen. This is why thinking can work sometimes, but it often makes the rich and the poor act in different ways. People who are already financially stable, for example, are always thinking of ways to make their money go up by 2 or 3 times. This is making them want to work harder, which is the best way to keep getting better. But the poor never think about anything but when they are going to get paid. Most of the time, this is unavoidable because of their situation. People who don't have much money have to plan for a week's worth of expenses based on how much they have. When a person's monthly wage is the only way to measure poverty, it gets harder and harder for those in need to get out of this situation. Number 5. Their attitude. If you approach investing with the right mindset, you have a higher chance of being successful. The wealthy person has made this a habit, and as a result, they are always in a good mood when they are making plans for their businesses. Rich people are more likely to be able to see their success coming, which keeps them working hard to get there. But when they first start their business, the poor guys often have the wrong mindsets. The fact that they see every situation as a possible threat makes them always negative and unable to think clearly. Most of the time they fail, not because something went wrong with their business, but because they give up too soon. In businesses, nothing is ever a sure thing, and most of the time all you need to do is have the right attitude and give it all you have. Number 6. Cash flow. If you don't have much money to invest, you should be careful about where you put your money. Without a doubt, there are a lot of people who have a great ideas and would love to start a very big business, but can't because they don't have enough money. The rich people have the advantage over the other people because they don't have to worry about not having enough money to start with. Rich people can start a business whenever they want, no matter how much money they have. This is because rich people can get loans to start a business, but most of the time, poor people cannot do that. To get a loan from a bank, you usually need to show that you have something to back up the loan. When you think about it, from the point of view of someone who doesn't have much money, it is easy to see that this is not possible. Number 7. Invest small. Few wealthy people take the time to reflect about their humble origins. In reality though, they had to start just like everyone else, putting away whatever small amount they could. But people who are poor often forgot that saving money is a good thing. Small contributions every day will soon add up to sizable amount that can be used to start a business. People often spend all their money because they think they don't have enough. But rich people don't think like that. That's clear. Even though they have a lot of money, they are careful with every dollar. So if they can avoid it, they will save the money for later. I have no doubt that the poor person's life will get better if they have this attitude. Number 8. Knowledge. When we see rich persons with flashy things like fast cars or a big house and trips to faraway places, we often think that they got their money by investing widely in a growth industry like real estate. But unfortunately, we get off track there. Because rich people are where they are because they understand how the economy and society work. You can ask any rich person alive today how they got where they are, and they will say that it wasn't luck or wishful thinking that got them there. Instead, it was hard work and careful planning. It is understandable that many people with low incomes can't afford to go to college. But you don't need a degree to be successful in life, for sure. You can name a lot of people who didn't finish school and now have billions. People who are poor often think that they are to blame for their situation, which makes them feel even worse about themselves. They don't want to talk to other people, so they rarely talk to people outside their groups. But here's the thing that they are missing out. Learning is as easy as turning on the news and keeping up with what's going on in the world. You don't need to go to school to learn. Keeping up with what's going on in the world is a good way to broaden your view of life. Your mind is the best tool you have for making money. Number 9. Saving strategies. When it comes to their money, people with a lot of money always plan ahead. I would too, because I'm scared of being broke. And seriously, I am very scared of this. Because if I didn't plan well for my money, it will happen. And because of this, rich people always make sure they have enough money saved in a case of emergency. But rich people often have more than one saving account and other complicated plans, so they don't spend all of their money at once. A poor person will never be able to take advantage of such an opportunity because they don't make enough money. This makes sense, but despite the difficulties, I think any sane person knows how important it is to save at least some of their income. If the poor person does these things, they will be able to put some money aside for the hard days. Number 10. Solving problems mindset. When faced with a problem, rich people and poor people always look at in different points of view. Rich people spend their time and energy putting plans and strategies on how to deal with problems and how to keep them from happening again. This makes it easier to solve problems quickly and get back to work as soon as possible. When a poor person runs into a problem, they often see it as a proof that they will fail at what they are doing. Because of this way of thinking, they often give up on their projects, which means that their finances stay the same for longer than they had planned. Some people will never try again if they failed at the first time. They are the ones who telling their co-workers how bad it is when they went into businesses from themselves, and discouraging those who haven't yet taken the plunge. Okay guys, I'm glad you stuck around to watch this whole video. Please give today's video a thumbs up if you thought it was helpful. So, I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.